Well, you were one of the first guys to have him on the podcast. Did you have any hesitancy having him on at all?
I don't know, like I have political thoughts and beliefs and stuff like that, and it's hard to find a group that really embodies them. And if anything, right now for me, it seems like I don't even feel like these new parties are the same as the old parties.
It's an authoritarian way to regulate conversations that let you know more about people, and it's stupid because people don't want to have a nuanced perspective on anybody. Look, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to Kamala Harris. I'm like, I bet there's a person in there. I bet I can get to that person.
Yeah.
I wanted to find that person. I don't want to hear all the speeches. I don't want to hear, I was raised middle class. I don't want to hear any of that shit.
Hey guys, welcome back to Slappedia. Here we have another slap show where Joe Rogan and Theo Von share their experiences with interviewing Donald Trump. Joe Rogan featuring Theo Von in his podcast, and what their experience, we talk about it. We vibe together and give our opinion. You please post your opinion in comment box. Let's start.
The Joe Rogan experience.
What a crazy week.
Yeah, very crazy. Well, you were one of the first guys to have him on the podcast. Did you have any hesitancy having him on at all?
My brother's a lot smarter than me, and he said, hey man, I just want you to think that.
Joey asked the question that during interviewing the Trump, you have any hesitancy? Theo Von is sharing his experience that my brother is more faster than me. So what is the real experience during your interview? That's why the video.
There could be some reflection from people if you have him on, right? Like some people could be upset about it.
Right.
Okay.
And I thought about that a little bit, and I was like, well, I don't really, I don't know, I have political thoughts and beliefs and stuff like that, and it's hard to find a group that really embodies them. And if anything, right now for me, it seems like I don't even feel like these new parties are the same as the old parties.
They're not.
It doesn't seem like this isn't Democrats and Republicans. There's something else transmorphing right now.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, I just want to be able to have a chance to talk to this guy, And the main thing for me was like you talked about Dana White earlier. He's really, I know that you guys work together, and he, I knew that Trump's brother suffered from addiction, right? I knew that, right?
Trump brother suffered some addiction. What?
And I heard that or something, and I looked into it. It's like, okay, he lost his brother. His brother died of addiction.
Oh, Trump brothers died of addiction. What is the story of the Trump brothers? Theo Von is revealing.
So I was like, well, that's interesting to me, And I wish that I wonder if there's more to Donald Trump. Like, is there more of a way to talk with him about something that means, try to get an emotional more of an emotional well to him than it seems like that's in the public.
Well, there was a thing that was going on for a while where you were platforming people. This was the idea. Like, if you had on a guy like Trump, you were platforming this bad person. This was this thing.
Yeah, I didn't think about that at all.
But it's an authoritarian way to regulate conversations that let you know more about people, and it's stupid because people don't want to have a nuanced perspective on anybody. Look, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to Kamala Harris. I'm like, I bet there's a person in there. I bet I can get to that person.
Yeah.
I wanted to find that person. I don't want to hear all the speeches. I don't want to hear, I was raised middle class. I don't want to hear any of that shit.
She's a roller skater. You know that?
No, I would love to find that out.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to her about all kinds of shit. I literally said, because there was a few restrictions of things they didn't want to talk about, but I said, I don't give a I go, get her in here. Like, whatever you want to talk about. And they want to know if I edit. I'm like, there's not going to be any editing. There's no editing.
Yeah.
We're not going to edit. But
yeah, that's the same thing they asked us. Is there an edit, you know?
Actually, they are sharing their life experiences with different persons. So all things are very true.
I just wanted to talk. I feel like you give someone a couple of hours and you start talking about anything. I'm going to see the pattern of the way you think. I'm going to see the way you process ideas. I'm going to see whether or not you're calculated or whether you're just free.
Yeah.
Or are you comfortable with you, or are you projecting things? Like, she's got 80 different accents. How do you decide which one to pull out?
Yeah.
Like, she's got
Yeah.
she busts out different accents depending on who she's talking to.
Yeah.
They should have
I do
made her
that
talk
too,
to a
though.
bunch of Chinese folks. I would have loved to hear that accent. I want to see what
I do that too, though. I like
All things are
to meet people where they're at.
Sure.
You know? Oh, if I see somebody that's, I'll be like, "What's happening, my friend?" It's like I like to meet people where they are.
Yeah, she did one with the Latinos where she talked with a Latino accent. I'm like, this is wild. But she's a chameleon. But if you want to be
Yeah.
a successful politician, that's probably a good trait.
I agree.
Okay, Joe is saying that if you want to become a successful politician, that's probably a good trait.
It's like a comedian that's always on. They kind of get annoying, but if you want to be a comedian, that's probably a good trait.
You have traits if you master a piece of any art, like a podcaster, a comedian, a politician. You have probably some
To
traits.
be a politician, you should probably be able to melt into your environment and sort of meld yourself with whatever these people want you to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe it's just like I always feel like the environment of debates, the environment of interviews on television, the environment of anything you're doing in front of an audience, it's so fake. It's such a weird way to talk that you don't get a sense of who the person is. So like when I got to see Trump on your podcast and you were talking about doing cocaine, then it makes you like an owl.
Oh God.
Right? If on your front is Donald Trump and you talking about cocaine, so it is like an owl, nothing rather. So
Like you got a chance to see that guy as a person trying to figure out like who is this psycho I'm sitting here talking to.
I remember that shit. I'll nest in my living room, dude. That shit, boy. I'll scoot over to the neighbors and steal some twine in my beak, homie. There's nothing worse than being locked out of your place on cocaine, man.
I can only imagine. But you talking to him like as a person is like almost more valuable than any other kind of speeches he does. Because when he's in front of everybody talking about we're going to make America amazing, those are great speeches. But you don't, like, she had an amazing speech. When I was like she could win was when she had that one speech about Donald Trump, like scared to debate her, but he says all these things. But you know what I always heard? If you want to say something, say it to my face. And the whole place went crazy and she was laughing.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it was so good. It was her best speech for sure. And it was right when they decided that she was going to run for president.
Maybe that is what
So it was
got people involved.
Biden stepped down and she had one banger of a speech. She looked young and energetic and like it really made you feel like
she's
this
cute.
is going
She's
to
kinda
be
cute.
a chick. She's hot.
Yeah.
He's
She's got
talking
Younger.
actually.
She was a smoke show.
She's still all right. She got that thing on her, I bet.
Actually, he is talking about Kamala Harris, that she is stronger, she is like a young, energetic lady, and have better speeches and very nice and good speeches. So, comparing the Kamala Harris with the Donald Trump speech.
So
You know what I'm saying?
I do know you were saying. That's why it's so crazy.
Because a lot of brothers love her too.
Everybody seems to love her.
Look, if the brothers like it, she got that thing on her. That's all I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. But like that one speech was almost enough for her to win. And if she just didn't talk other than speeches, but they needed to do a better job with speeches because every speech was the same. And the problem with that is we were talking about this, like the internet. You get to see that speech over and over again online, like, and then people make compilations of the speech. And it
Right,
looks,
and then the same thing.
but it's like if someone goes to see your act. You know, they don't understand, like, acts, like, to develop a bit, it takes months and months and months to really, like, put it together where it's, like, rock solid.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it the same way or slightly different every night. And if someone comes to see you and goes, Theo's so full of shit, man. He told us the other day that it was just the other day.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, he said And 3 weeks later, it wasn't just the other day. It was 3 weeks ago, dude. You're repeating the same shit. So that's
yeah,
what they
you got
feel
too
about-
many leap years, white boy. Yeah, shit like that.
Exactly. So that's what they feel about like a presidential candidate that's telling the same speech over and over. Well, hey, you're not supposed to go see all those speeches.
But yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the thing is about
you're
Trump.
not following the Grateful Dead here. You know,
Trump
it's like, but
rambles.
Trump has a lot though. Trump has a lot that are repetitive.
He does, but not in the same order. It's like going to see a Grateful Dead show. It's like fucking, it's all over the place. You know, when Trump gets out there, he just starts talking. Did you see? He had this long-winded speech about the rocket.
That was
about
insane,
Elon caught
dude.
the rocket.
I'm
Yo,
like, you just won the presidency. Yeah.
Edit that down. You can edit that down.
down,
That
dude.
could be 2 minutes.
Beautiful arms.
I was worried about that in the very beginning of the podcast before we got cooking. When he was talking about Lincoln's bedroom, I was like, oh boy, like where is this going? Like,
I've been to Lincoln's bedroom.
How was it?
It was okay. I think you can bring it up. Actually, it's in Springfield,
they give you-
Illinois.
oh, it is. No, he was talking about the one that's in the White House.
Oh no, I've been to just his child before he.
Okay, they are talking about the bedrooms of presidents about
Yeah,
Oh,
why-
you can go to
elected.
his childhood home. Oh wow.
It's really interesting. He used to keep his notes in his hat.
Oh, that was a good move.
Pretty
They had
cool.
big ass hats back then.
That head wallet, baby. He had
That's
that
a
bitch
good
on him.
move. That's
yeah,
a good move. It's like
Especially
credit cards behind your phone, that kind of thing. Except if you lose your phone, you lose everything.
with- You ain't losing that big ass hat. That hat was fucking long, dude.
This was the podcast, and the Joe and Theo Von share their experiences with the Trump during his interviews. So I hope you like this. Goodbye for the next.